Hi students, welcome back to English class. In the previous class, we completed the passive voices of present tense. In this session, we can continue with the passive voice. First of all, we can discuss simple past tense, both active and passive voice, affirmative sentences or statements. Let's start. Simple past tense affirmative sentence. How should we make? We are using the past tense to indicate an action which happened in the previous time or the past time. The sentence structure is this: subject plus verb plus object. Here we have to use the second form of the verb. Verb has three forms: present, past, and past participle. Here we use the past form of the verb, that means V2 form of the verb, then object. This is the sentence structure of simple past tense affirmative sentence active voice. For example, Maya bought some dresses. Here, bought, that is the verb. Bought, that is the past tense of the verb buy. Simple past tense passive voice sentence structure. The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice, then was with the singular subjects and were with the plural subjects, then past participle form of the verb. This is a formula of simple past tense passive voice affirmative sentence. For examples, some dresses were bought by Maya. The gate was opened by the peon. The first tense of the past tense is simple past tense. Now we can start the second tense of the past tense, that is past continuous tense. Now we can discuss both active and passive voice of past continuous tense affirmative sentence or the statement. The sentence structure of the active voice statement is this: subject plus was with the singular subjects and were with the plural subjects, then first form of the verb or the present form of the verb plus ing, then object. This is a structure. For examples, Noha was calling her friend. Some boys were helping the wounded man. When we change the voice from active to passive, we should take consider about the subject and the object. The sentence structure is this: the object of the active voice, then was with the singular subjects and were with the plural subjects, then being, followed by the past participle form of the verb. For examples, Noah's friend was being called by her. The wounded men were helped by some boys. Now we can discuss past perfect tense, both active and passive voice. When we write a sentence in past perfect tense active voice, the sentence structure will be like this: subject plus had plus past participle form, that means the V3 form of the verb, then object. The auxiliary verb or the helping verb will be the same whether the subject is singular or plural. For examples, the peon had opened the gate. They had written books. Now we can discuss how to make a sentence in past perfect tense passive voice. The sentence structure is this: object of the active voice as subject of the passive voice, then had plus been, followed by past participle form of the verb, that is V3 form of the verb. For examples, he had written a letter, active voice. A letter had been written by him, passive voice. He had written a letter. He is a subject, had is the auxiliary verb, or the helping verb return. That is the past participle form of the verb write. Then a letter, that is the object. A letter had been written by him. A letter, that is the object of the active voice, can be used as subject of the passive voice. Then had plus been, then past participle form of the verb write, written, then followed by the doer of the action him. Now we can discuss simple future tense, both active and passive voice. Simple future tense, active voice, sentence structure. Subject plus shall or will plus verb. That means the first form of the verb, then object. Then the passive voice. Object of the active voice will plus be, then past participle form of the verb followed by subject of the active voice. For examples, active voice. He will write a letter. Passive voice. A letter will be written by him. Now we can discuss future perfect tense and how should make a sentence in both active and passive voice. Affirmative sentence. First of all, active voice. Subject plus shall have or will have plus past participle form of the verb, then object. This is the sentence structure of active voice. I or we shall have played football. Then he, she, Sam, you, they will have played football. These are the examples. When we change a sentence from active to passive voice in future perfect tense, the sentence structure will be like will plus have plus been plus past participle form of the verb. For examples, I will have been seen, we will have been seen, you will have been seen, you will have been seen, he, she, it will have been seen, they will have been seen. We have 8 passive voice tense. They are simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, simple future tense, and future perfect tense.